Hi Divas, I have a mini haul here for you from Diamond Painting Gifts. I picked out a few things, some things I've never seen at other shops before, some things I have. But there are a few diamond paintings because I wanted to test their quality again. And a few special items. The special shapes are pearls, are white pearls. The big ones, the middle, the flowers, the petals, flower petals, are these iridescent clear rhinestones in pear shape. You know, lots of color in here. I even see purple. So we have all the colors of the rainbow in this fish. Hi Divas! I have a small review for you. Now I have a few that are diamond painting gifts that I want to show you. Alright, diamond painting gifts. Now, as much as I like this one, it is a partial. This part of the backing isn't done. I placed the drills exactly where they told me to line them up, but yet, if you can see behind the crystal flowers here, you can see that the painting, like especially like down in this one, the crystal is here, but the painting of it is over a little bit. I put them exactly to cover over the lines so that they went in the right spots, but it still looks a little off. The printing on the color looks a little off for what it is. Maybe they did that on purpose so that it would be a bigger target instead of lining up exactly. But I like the pearls around the outside. I like the amount of the teardrop crystals for the flowers and the colors involved. And I like the scallopy edges. It's too bad you can't find a canvas that has a scallopy edges like this to put it on. I think I'm going to mount this on foam core board and cut it right around the edges on here. And then maybe tape the white on the edges of it. I think it's pretty. I just have to figure out how to mount it. This next one is also a Diamond Painting Gifts. The yin yang symbol with the crystal fish. Colors are beautiful together. Can't beat it. Very easy process. It is a partial. I like the 5200 ABs for around the outside edge. It's good in combination with the crystals. Okay, the crystals themselves could be a little shinier, but by the time I coat it with the Minwax polyacrylic, I believe they will work just fine. I believe they'll shine up very nice. It is a 30 by 30, so I can easily find a frame that it will fit on, square. And another Diamond Painting Gifts. Let me bring it out a bit so you can see the whole fishy at once. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Again, the gems could be sparklier. They're not cut super faceted. They would be much more sparkly if they had more facets to them. The bigger ones do have enough facets. Some of them are just the cabochon, the smooth, rounded off edges. Some of them have facets. Some of them are the gold beads, like the half buttons. So those are nice. And the rhinestones that are on here just need, they aren't shiny enough for me. But it went very easily. It was only like an hour or two to put together. I love the colors, and they'll shine up very nicely with some Minwax polyacrylic on top of it. The next one is the last Diamond Painting Gifts that I need to show you. This is definitely a partial. Let me bring it just a smidge closer for this one. Okay. And obviously it is a Christmas manger scene. Alright. And what I like about it is the coronas on the three holy figures have the blue gem and, oh, I missed one down here. How did I miss that? Huh. Okay, I'll have to go back in and get that one. But maybe I can slide you in just a little bit more so you can see the coronas here. Can you see the blue gems and the gold teardrops? It makes a very nice halo on the Holy Family. And I like this light here too. It has stars as part of the drill family here. And as you go out, it has stars around the whole edge, all the way around the edges of them in here, inside of this. So what I'm missing right in the center of here is another star. And I remember where I have them, so I will put that in as soon as I'm finished here. I'm not sure about the blue donkey, but it's supposed to be a stained glass window. It's supposed to look like a stained glass window. I did one that was full sparkle drill a while ago, maybe 2 years ago. That is absolutely, it's the same exact picture, but it's completely covered in rhinestones and ABs and drills. It's absolutely stunning. So this is like a mini version of it. Adding a little bit to the review, I just wanted to show you these 3 bookmarks from Diamond Painting Gifts. Now if you want to, it can go on a book page. You slide it in this way so it sits on the corner of a book page. They're really cool. I really like them. They're bright, they're mandala-like. It's clear plastic that you are diamond painting on, and it has like a leatherette type of back, and it goes all the way in. It's nice, it's sewn nice and sturdy along the edges. You can even add a few of your extra diamonds around the outside edges if you wish. They have several styles of them, and they come in a pack of 3. This is from Diamond Painting Gifts. I like this one too. Now I want to review so far this needlepoint pillow that I purchased. Put a link below in case you're interested, although my review isn't completely favorable yet at this point. It's not completely finished because, well, you'll see in a second. But this is a Van Gogh scene. Alright, and it also came with a pillow backing. Alright, and I have the English directions right here. And what I started to do was I started to take a pen and cross out the ones I've already done, because the problem with these type of tapestries is the color you see here on this is what it's supposed to look like, but the colors that they use on the actual painting, I want to show you, are not sometimes not even close to what they're supposed to be. Down here at the bottom, it's a hot pink, but it's a white that goes on top of it. See, what I did was one of the ends of the row when I finished that. When I finished that color, what I did was just stick it in the edge here. So this is a bright yellow, and this is a very, very light mint green or light blue. Some of them were exactly the same, but this one's a dark brown, and it was a green thread. And no, I did not get these wrong. This was a rose color, and it turned out to be a green. This is a purple that turned out to be red. It did it all the way through. These grays were, this gray was a dark blue, which is fairly close, but that really drives me crazy when you see the colors in the background, just like up here. Okay, at the very top here, you can see the orange and the brown here, but they were not the colors that were used. You see any orange or brown in this sky? No, you don't. So that was my major problem with it to begin with, but having overcome that by putting the threads in the sequence on the side so I knew exactly how to, which way to go with it. That's okay. That's something that can be dealt with and overcome. The biggest problem that you can't overcome is not enough yarn. Okay, I'm going to bring out just a little bit. There's green missing in here. Before I realized that it was going to happen in more than one color, I started filling in a color or two here. Like one of the grays I filled in with some white in there, and I shouldn't have done that. But at the top here, you can see that by the time I got to the top of the canvas, yes, I started at the bottom, I ran out of white, I ran out of the light blue, I ran out of, what color is this one? This is like the gray, like a very, very light, ultralight gray. This brown, let's see, was supposed to be one of the green colors. And this, one of the green colors, is like the tealish green type thing. I didn't have enough. So go figure. The leftovers that I did have, I'll bring it out to show you what I actually had left. Other than teeny tiny little pieces that look like, 3 inches long or something at the end of the row, I had a few of these extra colors. I had a navy blue, a medium blue, and an orange. I mean, all it would have taken was one more thread of each color. And not to be so exact with it. What happens if you have, have a tangle or something like that, and you have to cut pieces of it off? You're not going to have enough yarn. They should at least give you 1 or 2 extra lengths of each color. That I think is absolutely necessary. I had a little bit of the blue left, a really tiny bit. I had a little bit of one of the darker greens, definitely not enough to fill up within the tree. And I have some of this beige, like this blush beige. Maybe I can use this in the sky a little bit to fill in. But I didn't want to do that until I was able to show you the outcome. Now this is to be made into a pillow. It gives the pillow form. It gives a zipper, on the form. And basically what you do is you sew it right sides together. And when I get my sewing machine out, I will do that. I'll show you that process of finishing it up and doing it completed on the end. They give you a little bit of like a silky thread and a regular needle in order to finish. Like when you turn it inside out, you put the pillow form on the inside. You have to leave a gap so that you can do that, and then you need to sew that down by hand with that when you're finished. Another thing I wanted to, with all needlepoint, one of the cautions is that since you are only doing stitches in one direction, your canvas has a tendency to warp. I have some ideas on how to finish that off. When knitting at the end, what we would always do is block it, which means you take either a steam iron or a white, I used to use my dad's old white hankies, and wet them, wring them out. They just need to be damp dry. You put it over top of it, and you hold the iron just above it, a hot iron, so that the steam would work its way into the stitches and make them really nice and even. And while it's damp, if you do get it askew, I would pull on the opposite corners and pull on them, and that straightens it out a bit. It's called a bias, so it comes out much more square. So I would do that while it's damp, and if you want to, you can even pin it to your tablecloth or your ironing board or whatever in order to keep it in that shape as it dries. I would do that obviously before I made it into the pillow. So I just wanted to give you those tips, and let you know that some of the needlepoint kits do not come with all the yarn that you need in order to work it, which is very, very disappointing. You do all this work. This took me, I don't know how many hours, but I worked on it over the month, like half of April and half of May now, so about a month. And it's not the only project I was doing during that month. Okay, so that's the review of the needlepoint. I wanted to get that in while I was able to do that. Alright, so thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you again soon on Wanda's Workbasket for all things creative and crafty with a little bit of inspiration mixed in. I hope to see you again soon. Bye, Divas.